Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and I've been away from home for a while, so I have some mail to open. As you're probably aware if you watch this channel, I've spent the past 3 months in Europe and I've just gotten home to a lot of mail. A lot of it is bookish, and then some other things I purchased while I was away, and some things are a subscription service, and then some things I don't know what they are because they were sent unsolicited. So I just figured I'd open everything up, because why not? First we're going to start with this order from QWERTY, which I opened and then I was like, oh, maybe I should do this on camera. I don't know if people want to know. But they are one of the many places where I buy awesome t-shirts. I think this one also came from QWERTY, if I'm remembering correctly. They were probably having a sale or something while I was away, and I was like, yeah, okay, might as well. So the first one is Le Petit Lupin, which is obviously a play on The Little Prince and Monty Python at the same time. I love a mashup. The other one that I ordered is this Hellfire Club logo one, which I'm super stoked about because obviously Stranger Things was great and I really enjoyed it. And I've also found a cross stitch of this, so I will eventually do that as well. Okay, I just wanted to get that one out of the way because it was already open. How about we go to the things that I'm pretty sure are books, and then we will cycle back to the things that I know definitely aren't books. So first we have something here from Macmillan, and it's in one of these weird packages that I always feel like something's gonna go terribly wrong while I open it, so let's give it a try. And already terribly wrong, didn't get to the part where you can actually open it. So let's try again. Seriously? Come on now. Ha! Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I did not know they were sending this to me, and this is very exciting. I really enjoyed 1500 Miles from the Sun, and this is by the same author, and oh, it's so beautiful. There's swag. There's also swag. My goodness, it's adorable swag too. Character cards. Just beautiful. This one is called Ander and Santi Were Here, and I'll just read you a tiny bit of the blurb. The Santos Vista neighborhood of San Antonio, Texas is all Ander Lopez has ever known. The smell of pan dulce, the mixture of Spanish and English filling the streets, and especially their job at their family's taqueria. It's the place that inspired Ander as a muralist, and as they get ready to leave for art school, it's all of those things that give them hesitancy, that give them that thought, are they ready to leave it all behind? I'm really excited to read this if I have time at the end of June, having completed the rest of my TBR for the Queer Lit Readathon. I might try to sneak this one in as well. Next on the top of this stack we have something from the University of Toronto Press. They send me things from time to time, and I'm always happy to receive them. This graphic novel series is called The Spirit of Tenende. This is the second volume, which is called As I Unfold, You in Petals. I read the first one and I'd asked for it because it actually took place in the Northwest Territories, which I had recently been to at that point, to the exact town where it took place, so that was really cool. So I'll read you a little bit of this synopsis as well. Curtis has returned to Fort Smith 6 weeks sober. He doesn't have any sober friends, and his mom's still drinking, and his best friend and secret crush Lacey probably is too. Still, he's determined to abstain from alcohol and help his people. Along the way, he might just be able to help himself. This is an Indigenous graphic novel, and I'm so excited to read the second volume because I really enjoyed the first one. Next we have more from University of Toronto Press, and this one is called Dreams, Vision of the Crow. This is also the first volume, and it looks like more Indigenous art, so I'm excited. Damien Quinn just wants to get through his senior year unscathed. His mom struggles with alcohol and is barely coping with the day-to-day. Marcus and his cronies at school are forever causing Damien trouble. The new girl, Journey, won't mind her own business. To make matters worse, a mysterious crow is following him everywhere. That's fantastic. They must have sent this to me because I specifically asked if I could have the second volume of this, so they probably were like, she'll enjoy this, we'll send it, and I'm happy for that. Next we have something from Chapters, which is a big bookstore here in Canada. I can't actually remember what I got because I pre-ordered Page Boy by Elliot Page, which isn't out yet, but I know I put something else on that order so I could get free shipping, so this is a surprise to me because I purposely forgot what else I ordered. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. That sticker better come off, Chapters. That's all I can say to you. This is The Paragon Hotel by Lindsay Fay. I've read a lot of her books and really enjoyed them. They tend to be historical fiction. She also did Jane Steele, which was a retelling of Jane Eyre, but Jane Eyre was a murderess. And I've wanted to read more of her backlist, so obviously I just added this on because it was a very, very good price and it got me above that threshold for free shipping. We love free shipping. I just really hope that the chapter sticker comes off, because when they don't come off nicely, there are riots. I'm gonna do that later because I don't have patience for it right now. Here we have Obviously, more book-related things, book boxes. In fact, I kept ordering from Book of the Month while I was away because I found books each month that I was like, you know what, yeah, that sounds like something I want to read, so might as well be there when I get home. I, however, will probably not be able to tell you which month each of these is from because I do not pay that close attention. If you've never heard of Book of the Month before, it is a subscription service where they give you 5 books to pick from each month and you get to get them for a better price than you would just buying it at a store for the hardcover. And it newly came to Canada, so I've been patronizing it since that happened. They also always send you a bookmark, which you can never have too many. I approved because I have thousands, I'm sure. This one must be the book from the most recent box because they just recently celebrated their 100 book box month. So the 100 months since they've been doing it in the States. 100 months ago, Book of the Month relaunched to help readers like you discover new books they love and promote the work of emerging authors. Thank you for being part of that journey. So this is definitely from that. This one is called The Last Word. And Chad is definitely looking for these scissors that I'm bogarting. Oh good, he found his own.
Oh no.
Yeah, like obviously the scissors are over here where I need them. Emma Carpenter is living in isolation with her golden retriever Laika, house-sitting a beachfront home on the rainy Washington coast. Her only human contact is with her enigmatic elderly neighbor Deke and via text with the house owner Jules. This is already a cool setup. I'm pretty sure this is mystery thriller, which means I don't want to know any more than that. Whereas that one is probably the one for May. This is probably the one for March because I think in this one I got another book for my birth month. I can't remember, but it's a bigger box, so there was a month where I ordered more than one book. I don't remember exact details. This one is for March. It says right on the back. That's nice. And this one is Lone Woman by Victor LaValle. I've read a couple of books by Victor LaValle. I've really enjoyed them. They are horror. I hope this is also horror, although I would have looked at it at the time to figure out if it was something I was interested in. Adelaide Henry carries an enormous steamer trunk with her wherever she goes. It's locked at all times, because when the trunk opens, people around Adelaide start to disappear. This is set in 1915, historical fiction. Seems like a cool premise. I'm into it. Alright, and for the April box, of course, another bookmark. There was another bookmark with the Victor LaValle book. First, we have The Only Survivors. Decades ago, 2 vans filled with high school seniors on a school service trip crashed into a Tennessee ravine, a tragedy that claimed the lives of multiple classmates and teachers. The 9 students who emerged to escape the river that night were irrevocably changed. A year later, one of the survivors dies by their own hand. I won't say that word out loud, so trigger warnings. On the anniversary of the crash, the rest of them make a pact to come together each year to commemorate that terrible night, to keep one another safe, to hold one another accountable, or both. Already an interesting premise because I can only assume, based on the fact that I'm pretty sure this is a mystery thriller, some things are gonna go down. The other book that I picked up for April is Advinka and the Hollywood Wives. At age 26, Advinka considers herself a failed screenwriter. To pay the bills and keep her mind off of the recent death of her twin sister, she's taken to bartending A-list events including the 2015 Governor's Ball, the official after-party of the Oscars. There, in a cinematic dream come true, she meets the legendary Julian Zeldin, a film producer as handsome as Paul Newman and 10 times as powerful, fresh off his 5th Best Picture win. I'm going to assume they start working together and things happen. But I'll find out when I actually read it. This very large box is going to have a box within it, I'm pretty sure, because this is going to be my horror book box from BookBox Canada. The inner box is much more beautiful, although less Canadian looking with all the maple leaves on the Canada Post box. If you're Canadian, and I think they also might ship to the States now, I have a link down below that will get you a little bit of a discount if you want to try this box out. As always, we have a note from Michelle, who runs the company. And this was the March box, so I let Michelle know that I was going to be out of the country when this box showed up, but she told me that that's okay, she wants to send it to me anyway, and I can open it at my leisure when I get back, which I am now doing. Lots of packing peanuts for good reason, because the first thing that I can see is this mug, which it would be a giant bummer if this broke in the mail. This one has a little moon night scene with an open book on it, and then there's all this writing on the back. Me reading at 11 p.m. Okay, I'll just stop after this paragraph. Me, maybe just one more. Me, I just need to finish this scene. Me, after this one for sure. All I need to do is close the book and me. See, all done. Wait, there are only 10 pages left in the chapter. That won't take too long at all. Me, oh my god, how do they end a chapter like that? I feel attacked. Just one more chapter. Me, reading at 2 a.m. Okay, I'll stop after this paragraph. I think that at some point we've all been there. Inside the cup we have a couple of things, the first one being Deadly Grounds. So this is fresh ground coffee. It's called Never Sleep Again. It's a medium roast and it's by Deadly Grounds Coffee. So you can visit them at deadlygroundscoffee.ca if you would like to check out their selection. Oh, and that smells good, so I'm very excited to drink it. In the cup we also have a reading assistant. So I've seen these before. Let me actually, it's so you can hold a book open with your thumb through the little hole of it, like this. And then it just makes it a little bit easier to keep your pages open. So I've seen these before, and I don't know if this is something that I will use on the regular, but it's nice to have one around. Let's dive into the books and then dive into the rest of the Packing Peanuts to see what they are obscuring. So, the first book in this box, which is quarterly, and I believe it comes with 3 books every quarter, so you're basically getting 12 books a year if you subscribe to the whole series. And this book is called Gothic. On his 59th birthday, Tyson Parks, a famous but struggling horror writer, receives an antique desk from his girlfriend in the hopes that it will rekindle his creative juices, perhaps inspire him to write another best-selling novel, and prove his best years aren't behind him. A continent away, a mysterious woman investigates the whereabouts of an artifact her family has hunted for centuries. With the help of a New York City detective, she finally finds what she's looking for. It's in the home of Tyson Parks. It also appears that this author is Bram Stoker nominated, which is very cool. Actually, on the trip, we went to Bran Castle, which is one of the inspirations behind Dracula, so I'll try to put a photo or 2 of that in here, maybe some footage if you're very, very lucky and I'm feeling good while editing this. We also have a signed book plate in here as well, so I will affix that at a later date. Next we have Golf by Shelley Campbell. All my life they told me monsters weren't real, they were dead wrong. Honestly, that's all I need to know. This one is a Canada Book Box exclusive, and I can tell that because Shadow and Spice is actually printed right on the back of it, so I'm pretty sure that this is one of the ones where they did an exclusive cover. And then you also have a signed book plate as well as a wee sticker, which might end up on my laptop. And this is from Erie River Publishing, which is a small independent publishing house that is devoted to releasing quality horror, dark fantasy, and dark fiction novellas and anthologies. So, I'm excited for spooky season to dive into this, or possibly before, who knows. I like to celebrate triple October, so basically September through November is all spooky season for me. The third book in here is called The Miracle of Sin. Have you ever wondered if there's more to life? If we are destined for something great? If we are part of a divine plan rather than just subjects of random chaos? Mason Cole has been wondering these things, and he has an answer. No. I already like that. I don't like to read too much in the synopsis, as you know. This one also has a signed book plate, and then also has this very charming sticker. In this box we also have an issue of a horror magazine, which is very cool. And it looks like they're actually in their 25th year of publishing, which is fantastic. This is issue 211. Alright, let's dig around on the Packing Peanuts and find out what else is in here. The first thing I see is a candle that smells of cinnamon and smoked amber, so let's give that a sniff. Oh yeah, I'm definitely using this in one of my baths. That smells amazing. And if I'm reading the sticker properly, this comes from Onset and Rhyme. This is another one that's exclusive to this book box. We also have a fantastic looking bookmark, a Please Do Not Summon the Demons in the Bathroom sticker, which might end up somewhere in our bathroom. I probably won't stick it to a wall or something, but maybe I'll just prop it up in there. And then some gorgeous art prints. Also wrapped up in a piece of paper, what's called bubble tub tea, which I imagine is basically bath salts. It's oatmeal, milk, and honey, and it's, ooh, yep. Alright, my next book bath is basically set. And then we also have a tiny bar of Hummingbird chocolate, which I definitely appreciate. I'm pretty sure I found everything in the Packing Peanuts, although I will go through it more thoroughly while I'm recycling things and whatnot. Alright, we've covered all the bookish items, so if that's all you came here for, I guess you can feel free to go away, although I don't actually know what's in here. Let's maybe find out before I send you away. This one is bookish, although it is not in itself a book. It's this cute little paper sleeve that one would put donuts in that came with a picture of the cover and a note from the author for The Do's and Donuts of Love by Adiba Jagatar, which I love that author, so yes, please. And then it also comes with something that says the following: Dear reader, thank you so much for submitting your application to participate in the Junior Irish Baking Show. We are happy to offer you access to read an advanced digital copy of The the Do's and Donuts of Love. So hopefully this is still active because I've been away for a while. So I will find out, and if it's still active, I'm definitely grabbing it. This actually publishes on June 6th, so I should probably do that sooner rather than later. I know sort of what's in these 4 packages, although I don't know exactly what they look like. These are packages from the Awesome Socks Club. The Awesome Socks Club is a charity subscription sock service where independent artists make a new sock design every month, and then they are sent out and all of the money goes to charity, which I think is very cool. So I'm just gonna cut all of them open and then just show you what showed up while I was away. I subscribed to this service at the very beginning because I wanted to support it, but at that point they only had regular length socks, which really don't work for me because I have tiny feet and then very thick legs. So I end up having a situation where it doesn't really fit my foot and it's also squeezing my legs, but they have ankle socks now. So let's see how cute they are. These are adorable. We've got toothbrushes and teeth and toothpaste on them. Very cute. These next ones have faces of a character. I don't know who it is, but I'll probably check on the website to see if there's anything I need to know about that. Then we have some adorable fluffy little clouds and flowers. And last but not least, we have hearts and other shapes. The socks are comfy. These ones are the small mediums and they're still a little bit too big for my feet, but that's fine. I just kind of pull them up at the back and then my heel is protected from my shoe, which likes to attack my heel anyway, so it works out. And then the last package is something I bought myself while we were away. While we were away, I was watching a lot of food-related YouTube videos about how to make your own food and that type of stuff, so I picked up something so that it would be here when I got back. This is a mason jar where you grow your own sprouts, and then also some sprouting seeds, so I can do that. So I'm probably going to basically get this started as soon as I turn off this camera because it takes like 5 days before you get sprouts, so I want to get them soaking as fast as I possibly can. So there you have it. Those are all of the things that came in the mail for me while I was away. I hope this was interesting for you. A lot of it was book related and then some of it is just me related. So I hope you got something out of this. Also, as I'm recording this, it's the 1st of June, which means I just got back from the trip yesterday, and it's the first day of the Queer Lit Readathon. So if you know nothing about that, I'm sure I'll put links down below for you, or you can find it on my channel. It's everywhere. Happy Pride, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!